When you cold brew Gyokuro, you not only get a cold, refreshing drink, you also get plenty of health benefits and a smoother and sweeter taste. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to cold brew Gyokuro and why you may want to start getting into cold brewing Gyokuro yourself. Before we get started, it would really mean a lot to us if you could subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay tuned for future tea videos. We have hundreds of videos on all sorts of topics related to Japanese green tea, but for this episode, we're going to focus on Gyokuro specifically. Without further ado, let's get started. So what are the benefits of a Gyokuro cold brew? The brewing temperature you use to prepare green tea can have a huge effect on not only the taste of the infusion, but also the chemical composition of the final brew. The reason for this is that unlike matcha, leaf tea is an extraction. Different brewing parameters will extract different compounds from the leaves. Catechins, for example, are some of the more bitter components of the green tea. These are extracted at higher temperatures or after longer brewing times. These bitter flavors can quickly overtake the flavor of the tea, causing you to miss out on a lot of the more subtle flavors. If you brew a tea too hot or for too long, you'll extract more of these catechins and end up with a tea that is extremely bitter. This is why we recommend such low brewing temperatures for Japanese green tea, like 140 degrees Fahrenheit for a normal Gyokuro. If you want to take this concept even further, you can try cold brewing Gyokuro and end up with even less bitterness. What about the caffeine in cold brew Gyokuro? Caffeine is another chemical compound that tends to be extracted at higher temperature. As a result, cold brewed teas will contain less caffeine than their warm counterparts. This can be used to your advantage, as cold brewed Gyokuro can be enjoyed later on in the day without keeping you up all night. Gyokuro is a very high caffeine tea, and if you're sensitive to caffeine, you may want to avoid drinking it hot. Cold brewing Gyokuro can make the tea more accessible to people that normally avoid high caffeine teas. So how do you cold brew Gyokuro green tea? When it comes to how to cold brew Gyokuro, there are a few different steps you can follow. Let's walk through each one of them here. Step 1. Add 5 to 10 grams of Gyokuro tea to the bottom of a pitcher or glass. Step 2. Pour in 500 milliliters of cool or room temperature water. Step 3. Let the tea sit for 3 hours. Step 4. Now you can pour out the tea through a strainer to separate the leaves and stop the infusion. You can occasionally pour off small amounts of the tea to see if you like the flavor and then stop the infusion. All of this is about your personal taste. Should you cold brew Gyokuro overnight? We have found that when you cold brew Gyokuro overnight in a pitcher, you can sometimes extract more flavor than you bargained for. If the tea leaves are left in too long, the tea can become bitter. The best time for cold brewing Gyokuro is around 3 hours, but if you're okay with stronger tea, you can try it overnight. Cold brew Gyokuro green tea is a wonderful and healthy beverage to enjoy on a warm day. It can also have plenty of benefits when it comes to health and flavor. The Gyokuro Sasehime is the best cold brew Gyokuro. This tea is made by the legendary farmer Mr. Sakamoto in Shibushi, and it's carefully blended with 3 different cultivars, Yabukita, Okumidori, and Saimidori. This careful blending really gives a lot of nuance to the tea, which is revealed nicely when the tea is cold brewed. Try this tea both hot and cold and see which way you prefer. When you order tea from us, you're not only helping to support this channel, but also helping us to support the dozens of talented farmers we work with all around Japan. We believe that by sharing these farmers' stories and their teas with people all around the world, we can help to transition the tea industry into a more positive, sustainable direction. If you have any questions about Gyokuro or green tea in general, please feel free to leave those in the comments below. Until then, we'll see you next time.